Hey everybody, what's up? How's it going? Thanks for watching another video. It is very cold today and very typhoony. I think I just made that word up. It's really windy and it's making it cold again. It seemed like it was going to be spring and the sakura, the cherry blossoms, were going to come out, and now it's gotten cold again. I've got this weird halo effect going on here. The lighting in here. Uh, But maybe that will just make what I say, seem that much more authentic and true. I don't know. I want to talk to you today a bit about books. One thing I'm doing right now, I'm in my office at work, and I have to decide on a textbook to use in my English class. This is something you don't really do when you're a jet, but here at the college level, I'm teaching regular English again, as always, but I'm teaching kind of a paragraph writing essay course, and in addition to that, the kids write articles that are included in the school magazine. So that's kind of like the project that we work on during the semester, but I also have to, find a textbook. Some of them are rather dry. Some of them have like crazy illustrations. You know, this one's rather just textbooky. This one's kind of a mixture. It's got illustrations, and this one's got a lot of like interactive stuff, like a DVD that's included. And this one is kind of almost too cartoony in a way. Like, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to know because it's going to be my first time teaching this course, so I have to just, go with my gut, pick one, and hope it works out, and hope it turns out to be a good book. And as you're a teacher and you teach for many years, you have these opportunities and you find something that works for you. And for my regular classes, I think I found a good book, and I'm using the same book again that I used last year. And so, as a teacher, it makes your life easier. You can repeat ideas and lessons. You know what worked and didn't work in the classroom. So it just smooths things out. But the main reason I want to turn on the camera today is to talk about a book my friend Kevin, Kevin O'Shea, as he is known in the author world, has put out on Amazon. Kevin was nice enough to send me a copy. Now, it's an ebook, and I don't have a lot of experience with ebooks. I don't have a Kindle. I don't have an iPad. So the only thing I ever read like that is comic books. But I read them either on my computer, on my laptop, through an app called Comixology, or sometimes if I'm at the dentist or something and waiting, I'll read them on my iPhone. American comic books work really well on like iPads and those type of devices. It's really cool to be able to read them. But I don't read books that way because my iPad's too small. My iPhone is too small, and like I said, I don't have an e-reader type of thing. So Kevin was nice enough to send me a copy to look over, as like a Word document, and so I was able to glance through. Now I will caveat and say that I didn't read every single word. It's about 117 pages, I think, book. But I did give it a good thorough skim, and I read certain sections all the way through, and I really enjoyed what I read. I have to recommend it if you are thinking about coming to Asia, specifically Korea or Japan, to teach English. I think it will give you some good insight. Kevin is an entertaining writer. He's going to keep your interest. He peppers the kind of more, this is the facts that you need to know type of FAQ type stuff, with his own anecdotes and asides about his experiences when he first, was doing this job. And all the way up until, he talks about the tsunami and what happened last year in Japan. and his trips back to Canada. He's a Canadian. I'm assuming that most of you that see my channel know about Kevin. We've been in each other's videos. He's got way more subscribers than I do, and he's prolific. He puts out just a ton of material on YouTube and in his written blog, and I'm not surprised he's put out this book. He seems to really dedicate himself to certain projects, like his running a marathon for charity, and I really admire that about him. So the book itself, you should know, most of you that watch me, of course, are interested in Japan. And the one thing I will say about the book is that Kevin, when he was like most of you will be when you first come to Japan, Kevin first went to Korea in 2002 when he was a young guy, single, in his 20s. And a lot of that, hey, culture shock, adjusting, learning the ropes, all that stuff for him happened first in Korea. And their system of teaching, it's not an ALT system necessarily where you're teaching in public schools. It's mostly a language school system. And he covers all of that stuff about Korea in a really good detail. You learn a lot. He's got links in there that you can hit on to take you to websites for more information. He talks about your visa and what kind of schools to look for and recruiters and all the things that are very specific to Korea that I know nothing about. And a lot of his great anecdotes in the book are from his time in Korea. Now, what happened for Kevin is that he met a woman who happened to be Japanese who was living in Korea. He went back to Canada. He got his full teaching credential to be able to be an elementary school teacher. And with this woman who he intended to marry, they moved to Japan. And he now lives, as you know, in Kobe. So when he first came to Japan, his experience was much different. He was basically in a committed relationship. He wasn't, out looking for a girlfriend. He wasn't as young anymore. He had, the main difference is when he came to Japan, he had a significant other who was native Japanese. So his interactions with the language, etc., his things that might come up where you have to fill out forms or do this or go to the office to do this, he had someone to help him on all those occasions. And he had lots of teaching experience in addition to getting his actual teaching license. So the jobs that he could go for when he came to Japan, he got a very good job. And I think he enjoys it quite a bit. So that's a lot different than a lot of you that watch my channel that are wanting to come to Japan. So his information about Japan is from a different perspective. But it's the same essential feeling, I think, as some of the things he experienced when he first went to Korea. But I would recommend the book strongly for people that think they might want to go to Korea. For people that want to go to Japan, there are certainly a lot of good information in there, and some of the universal topics about adjusting to the Asian culture and things like that are applicable in many situations. And the amusing anecdotes and just the fun part of reading the book, I think anyone can enjoy. So I do highly recommend. It's like $5.99. It's like $6. It's a Big Mac meal. Download it and enjoy it. I will take issue with one of his points about the jet program. He's not, obviously, he was never a jet. And he mentions offhand, I think, that there are about 2,000 jets in Japan. Well, there's actually, up until a few years ago, there was like 5,000 jets in Japan in any given year. I think this past year, 2010, 2011, there was about 4,300 jets. So, he didn't exactly do the optimal amount of research. I think some of the information that he's imparting is just his own experience. It's anecdotal. It's not academic. It's not necessarily thoroughly vetted. But I think you can get a lot out of it if you're interested in coming to Japan. And this video is about to be past 10 minutes. Um, so what else should I say about it? Yeah, the funny thing is for me, because people have often said to me, Jason, hey, do you want to make an ebook about your experiences and becoming a jet and everything? And I really haven't thought about it, but I've been reading more and more about it recently for some other people that have had success in the field. Um, and it's interesting, like there's a few typos in there, and I was almost like, oh, should I tell Kevin? And he even put a little, sub note when he sent me the file, and he's like, there's typos in there. I know, I can't change them. For some reason they don't let you go back in. It's an ebook. Why can't you go in and just fix these things? I don't know. It's not like you've ever printed it. But maybe they have to have like a static copy. If you guys know, if you're into this or have self-published. There was another recent book that got a lot of good press about a guy living in Japan called "Am I a Racist?" or "I Am a Racist," I think is the title. Loco in Yokohama, and I'll put a link down in the box. And that I haven't read yet. I want to buy the hardcover. I think it's like only $10 or $12, and I'm just going to get it from Amazon. He is actually printing that one on paper. Kevin, I think, will only be his will only be available as an ebook. So anyway, exciting, that people in the vlogging community are out there and trying to pass on this information in as many different ways as they can, because it's hard sometimes to watch, to know which video to go to next, and even though we have playlists and stuff. And then on completely different news, they are having the big Hanami party, the big cherry blossom drinking fun party in Tokyo next weekend. It's great because they obviously didn't have it, I think, last year because of the tsunami and everything. They decided, I think, to postpone it, or call it off, I guess. And TokyoCooney, kind of a godfather of the J-vlogger community, has come out of the woodwork and is put a video on his channel saying, hey, let's all gather in Yoyogi Park in Tokyo. Obviously, I can't go on the weekend and celebrate being in Japan. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Go check out the book. I'm going to put the links down in here. If you just go to Amazon, the Kindle store, and type in "Teaching in Asia," I did it. It's the top book. It's $5.99. Again, I give it a thumbs up. Please go out and support Kev, and I'll let you know what book my poor students have to endure for the next semester. But no, they're actually all pretty entertaining, and I know, I'm the teacher. It'll be a good class. All right, peace. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.